Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Maono PD100X microphone. So this connects via USB or XLR. It's a dynamic microphone, and I am using it right now. So we're going to use this whole entire video as a mic test. If you want to see how this compares to something else like the Fine A8, then check any of my other videos in the last year. That's the main mic that I've been using, but I want to let you know what I think about this microphone, how it stacks up against that which I've been using for the last year, and yeah, let's just get right into the review. All right, so taking the Maono microphone out of the box, you're going to see a really good unboxing experience because the materials that are used in the packaging are very high quality. I mean, you can even see it in the USB cable that you're getting and in the other, things that are coming out. I mean, it's all high quality. It's a nice thick USB cable. The stand has some weight to it, so that way it doesn't feel flimsy, like it's going to fall over. Even the dial to adjust the gain is really good as well. More on the different features in a little bit, and even the different colors that it can cycle through. It just screams quality in what it looks like, and it looks more expensive than what it actually is, which is great. But it's not like a looks more expensive, but the materials are cheap. It actually looks more expensive and feels more expensive than what it actually costs. So that's a big win in my book. Setting it up is very quick and easy because you can literally just grab the stand and the microphone, because the microphone basically comes together with the arm all together. So you're basically just taking the microphone, screwing that onto the stand, and you're good to go. Then I just plug it straight into my computer or any other audio capturing device, and I am good to go. So it's just capturing the audio right away. There's no drivers that I have to set up or anything like that. It's just plug and play, and it does a very good job at that. Now, when it comes to the actual mic quality, I will say that this is very good, especially at this price point. It does a very good job of picking up my audio, my voice in a very clear and consistent manner. I don't feel like I'm getting a different quality of audio depending on the video or the time of day that I'm shooting. I feel like it does a really good job of canceling out the other noises that are around me and really just focusing on my voice, and just doing a good job of, like I said, just canceling the other stuff, so that way, your voice is really the only thing that's being focused on in the video itself. And you might be considering using this for something for voiceovers, for example. It doesn't have to just be for video like this. You could just be using this for voiceovers, for audio recordings, things like that. This does a fantastic job of that because it's really just focused on providing a clear and crisp audio profile for your voice. Now, going over the different features, this does have USB-C connectivity. It can also connect via XLR cables as well, so that opens up another world of different things you can do with your audio mixer. Now, you do also have a knob to adjust the headphone level if you wanted to listen to your audio, while you're talking, and you can also adjust the gain via the same knob as well. And then you also have a mute button, which is a touch capacitive button, but it does a very good job because you can tap it, and then there's little indicator lights at the bottom to let you know your gain level. So that way, if you're adjusting the gain, you can see the indicator lights to tell you, how loud the gain is. But then you can also see when all the indicator lights are red, that tells you that you are muted. So you do have a visible cue that you are actually muted versus, looking into your computer software to see if you're muted, or worse, finding out after you record your video that you've been muted the whole time. You're able to quickly tell at a glance that you're good to go. And you also have programmable RGB lights as well, so you're able to choose the different color that you want, or you can choose to turn it off completely or have it cycle through the colors. I personally like this, especially with my setup with how it is, because I'm actually looking at myself through my OBS screen here, and what I like is that the top is black, and so it helps to not detract from the focus of your face, the actual framing of the video itself. So it's a nice black top. Whereas the Fine, I went with the white one, and that one just kind of, depending on the color shirt I was wearing, it was something that just kind of really stood out like a sore thumb. And so I like that the top is black here, and then the bottom has the RGBs, but especially with the framing of how I have it now, it's not super distracting to have the RGBs cycle through the different colors. You might not have even noticed until I just pointed it out. And if you have, hey, kudos to you. But I really like how just the overall aesthetic of it. I like that the top is black, so again, it's just less distracting if you're going to be using this in a professional setting, in a work office setting. You can obviously turn the RGBs off so you don't have any RGBs, or you can really amp up the feel of your desk setup, having it cycle through the different colors and stuff like that. And lastly, I want to let you know what I think about this microphone versus probably the most comparative microphone in this price point, which is the Fine A series. The Fine A8 is the one that I had. I honestly like this one more, so I feel like it picks up my voice a little bit crispier than it did before on the Fine. I also like the overall look of this. Now, I don't want to hold that against the Fine because I went with a white one. I could have gotten a black one. I think they have different colors too, but I went with the white one. I thought I wanted white for my desk setup, and I personally don't like that. Overall, I do like that, like I said before, the top is black and everything, but I also like the way that this is structured because it just looks nice with the layout of it, where the RGBs are, the design of the stand itself. It also takes up a little bit less space on my desk than the Fine did, and so it does a really good job. And the Fine just is a little bit bulkier of a microphone compared to this. This is sort of your all-in-one, sort of look to it here. So yeah, I just personally really like it. And the overall placement of the buttons and everything, it is going to take some getting used to for me. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the light button sort of being a very small button all the way at the bottom. But then again, like in my case, I'm going to have it cycling through the different colors, so I'm not really going to be going to that button a whole lot. Really, I'm just going to be either turning off the lights or putting it back on this cycling setting. So for me, it's not really that big of an issue, but I know for some people, let's say, you have different aesthetics that you do for different videos or different things that you're doing, and you want to, interact with the light more often, you do have to actually reach around and look around to the bottom of it and be able to select the specific color that you want. So just a minor gripe there. The other thing is maybe if the mute indicator could be on the button itself, so the button doesn't change at all, and it's kind of deceiving a little bit because the mute button actually is red and it looks like it's illuminated almost, at least with my lighting here. So every time I look at the mute button, I always think that it's, for one, that it's an illuminated button that's supposed to light up to tell me that it's muted, but also the fact that it's red and it and everything like that just makes me second guess, and I have to actually look around all the way to the bottom to see if the indicator lights are red. So I would have preferred if maybe the button itself could be illuminated, and that way you can quickly tell if the light for the mute button is off, then you're good to go. But again, another minor gripe. It's something that for me, I'm going to get used to within a week, if even. And so it's honestly not going to be that big of a deal. But overall, at the end of the day, I give this a high rating. I'm going to give it like a 9.8 out of 10. Just those two minor gripes. But again, super minor, not a big deal. That's why it's still a 9.8. So yeah, it's a great microphone. I really like it. And if you want to pick this up for yourself, I will have it linked down below. If you want to see any more videos on gaming setups, different gaming headsets, different things like that, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another video like this. And I'll catch you in either one of these two videos on the screen here, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.